Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara, or Lara Likes Mascara. Today's video is going to be an update on my full year. I need to get a different name for it because I already do a project pan series, but this is different from that in that my project pan is not necessarily about like items I want to finish, whereas this panning series is specifically all of the items that I want to completely pan over the course of 2023. So last year, I think I did 4 videos in total, but it was more towards the end of the year. So I did like an introduction in January, and then I think I did my first update in like June or something, but it makes more sense to, you know, space it out a little bit better. It's just that it's towards the end of the year where everything finally starts getting finished. But yeah, it is, you know, late April right now. And so I figured I should do a sort of first quarter update for this panning series. I will tell you right off the top, we have 2 empties, which is very exciting. Of course, that's not exactly even with how many products I want to finish this year. I would actually have to be finishing more than 2 every update, but because I work on these items throughout the course of the whole year, it just ends up happening that way more products get finished at the end. Whereas with Project Pan, it's a little more evenly spaced, if that makes sense, because I'm rolling new things in and finishing items and all that. Anyways, let's get right into it and talk about all of the things that I want to finish over the course of 2023. I have them tracked in my little notebook. One of my goals this year was to track things better, because I always found when I would film these videos, I would be like, wait, is that item in the project? Is that item in the project? When did I bring it in? So I'm trying to track things better. However, I still confuse myself. So I don't know what the best recourse is here to avoid that, because I think I still did something wrong. Also, my partner made me some Turkish coffee. I promised I would show it on the channel. I mean, I can't tilt it too much because it's gonna spill, but he wanted me to tell you it's very foamy. If you're a coffee person and you haven't tried Turkish coffee, get on it. It's delicious. Anyways, last time I said that I had 24 items that I wanted to finish in 2023. However, going back through the list, I double counted. There's 21. So I'm not sure what I'm missing here. I believe there's only 21 products total. So I finished 2 out of those 21. So let's talk about it. Okay, so our first product, I'm getting very warm because of the Turkish coffee, is this Baby Lips. This is my final Baby Lips out of all of them. And I'm determined to finish it ASAP. This is what we got left. That's it. It's not much. It has actually broken. I am not sure if you can tell. Like that top bit, it is like coming off. Let's just add that to my own lips. Oh, as you can imagine, I am more anxious than ever to finish this off because it is broken, but I've made very impressive progress, if I do say so myself, on this. And that is pretty much entirely because it is in my lipstick project pan for the year. So that is yet another project pan series I have going on. I will link the last update right here. I don't like this that much. I do like the packaging. I don't like the product itself. I don't like the color. I am not a pink lips person. So just trying to get this finished off. But yeah, progress is going really well. Maybe I should show you just very quickly, because I am tracking this. I don't want to spoil the lipstick project pan, but you can already tell, like just from the last updates, how much progress has been made. So I'm using this one a lot. This one is going swimmingly. It will be done by the end of the year, if not much, much sooner. The next thing we have to talk about is some mascaras. I don't know how you guys do it. Those of you who finished like 6 mascaras in a year. I had these in my project pan last year. I didn't finish any of them. Well, actually, no, not this one. I had these 3 in my project pan last year. I didn't finish any of them, and that has continued this year. I have not yet finished any of them. This one, happily, this I use as a brow gel, so I use it much more frequently than mascaras, because I use this even when I'm not wearing mascara, like just basically whenever I wash my face, I use this, and also it is the only brow gel I'm using, whereas mascaras, I alternate between them. But this one, it is almost done, and by the next update, it will for sure be done, if not much before then. I'm really hoping that this makes it into my next Empties update whenever that comes out, probably sometime in May. Yeah, so one I'm happy about. These three, not so much. Just to recap, we've got the Mega Plush Volume Express from Maybelline. We've got the Supersizer from CoverGirl. I am wearing this one today in combination with the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. And this is the Clinique Lash Doubling Mascara. This is not waterproof. So these kind of all have different purposes. I'm not yet tired of them in my makeup bag, but I probably will be pretty soon. I just want these done. I don't know why they are not yet done. Okay, next up we've got 2 hair products. I'm just doing this in the order that I wrote them down. It's really not like makeup, skincare, hair care, whatever. It's just the order I have on this list. So we only have 2 hair products in this panning series. These are 2 macadamia natural oil products. This is the No Tangle spray and this is the healing oil treatment. So previously I was getting through this one fairly quickly because this was the only one I reached for. I couldn't really figure out how to use this, but now I've actually swapped and this is the one I'm reaching for. And it's because I find this more versatile because it is an oil. You can use it, you know, in the ends of your hair, or even if you really wanted, though I wouldn't do this, to sort of slick back your hair just to tame any flyaways. This is much more of a conditioner, so to be used like while you're showering or just after you're showering on wet hair. This can be used wet or dry hair. But yeah, I'm trying to finish this one off now because I like it less. But yeah, it's just good to have a conditioner, so I don't mind using it. It's just that it's very old. That's why I'm trying to use it up. It has actually kind of solidified, which is weird. You know what? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna have to wipe off my hand, but can you see that? So it didn't used to be like this. I'm pretty sure it used to be much more of a liquid. I'm gonna put this in my hair actually, even though I did already condition. Let me just take my rings off. Yeah, it's weird that it's this like solid. And I find it does feel kind of like greasy if I put it in dry hair, so I prefer not to do that. So that is getting used up like not very quickly, but I definitely have used it more in the past 4 months than I have in like the past 3 years combined. So that's getting progress on it. This one, I think I'm still just like not going to use it until I finish this one because I do like this one better. I don't have that much left, but yeah, I'm happy with my progress on these 2, and that's not how I thought things would go. I kind of thought that it would be the opposite. The shirt had to come off. To be clear, I'm still wearing a different shirt. Okay, next up, let's talk about a couple of lip products. So these are in my lipstick project pan. So again, I will not give you exact measurements of how much is left, but progress has been made, worry not. And I actually do have one exciting update. I'm not counting this as finished, but some people might consider this finished if they are less, you know, not as much panners as I am, or I don't know what you would call it. The kind of person who empties this out when it looks essentially finished. There's clearly a lot of product left in there. Like, I'm gonna dig around and get it out, even though I don't love this product, but I'm just that dedicated. But I can't get any more. Like, because it is on that slant, my lips actually cannot, you know, get in there. And this was just as of yesterday. I think I was so close that I just like kept repeatedly applying it throughout the day, this lip butter, because I knew that I was close and I wanted to give you guys an update in this video. So this is, for some intents and purposes, finished. For my intents and purposes, not finished. But again, by the end of the year, it will be finished, and hopefully much sooner than that. I also have this Kiko Milano lipstick. I have quite a bit left. This one has also broken as well. You can't see the break though, and I don't even know if you can tell, but it is slightly slanted. It is more slanted when I actually use it on my lips because then I'm like pushing it. So I have to be quite careful. But yeah, I think it broke like further down in the base. So it's, yeah. But there's a lot of product left. As you can see on here, I did make somewhat progress, just like a couple millimeters, not very much. So this one I do need to be using more, but because I've been focused on those 2 pink lip products so much, obviously this has not been a priority. Hopefully in the second half of the year I can give this one a little bit more love. I'm blasting through these. I actually don't have that much time to film right now, so that's why I'm going a little bit faster than how I normally would, but I'll try to slow it down a little bit. I think so far, I didn't talk about it with the hair products, but those two, I think those will be done by the end of the year as well. So honestly, pretty much everything so far, I still have really high hopes for by the end of the year. This one, another never-ending product. I don't understand it. This is from Becca. It is the Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. I've been working on this for so long. There's not that much left, but because I use so little primer, I really only use it on my forehead, sometimes on my chin, and I've been applying makeup a lot less often recently. I think that's probably why we're seeing so much progress on the lip products and not the other ones, because I can use lip products regardless of if I'm wearing makeup. But am I gonna use primer if I'm not wearing any face makeup? No, it's not gonna happen. That will change in the spring and summer as, you know, there's more social activities and I'm like out and about more. But yeah, I have no idea when this is gonna be done. I could not even tell you. Let's say by the end of the year, but I can't tell you, you know, next month or the month after. I just don't know. I continually underestimate this product. I know you guys all want it gone, but I am far too stubborn to allow for that. So still working on it. Another face product we've got, I wish I had measured this last time because maybe I'll be able to compare pictures of how much is left, but I actually don't know. I don't know if I screwed it all the way up, but this is the Merit Foundation. Oh my God, that's all that's left. I haven't checked this in a while, but yeah, it's just like a couple milliliters. There's probably product in there, so I will dig that out when it comes to it. But wow, good job me. I've really been enjoying this. I mean, I always loved it, but I think I've given myself a little bit more freedom to use it when I want it because I am project panning it, whereas before it was only like, you know, a little bit like of a special occasion. But now I'm wearing more natural makeup more regularly, so I reach for this more frequently. Yeah, wow. I would love to have this again. I did get this in PR. Oh wow, Merit has completely rubbed off it. I didn't even realize. I got this in PR from Merit. It was the only PR that I've ever received. And if they reached out to me again and asked if I wanted some more, I would definitely say yes, because I love this product and I'm gonna miss it. I don't know if I would repurchase it just because, like, if I'm gonna be spending, I don't know what this is, like $50 or something, I probably want a product with more product in it. This is 3.7 grams. I don't even know what's normal. This is 1.37 fluid ounce. Is that comparable? I don't know. I just feel like this is not very much product for the cost. So right now, while I'm filming this, it is April 15th. So I'm actually planning to go to Sephora in a couple days and pick up a new foundation and concealer. So anyways, it's too late to give me your recommendations by the point that this goes live, but I'm not planning to repurchase this, at least not for now. We'll see how I do with living without it. But yeah, Merit, if you're watching this, hello. I love this. Next, we've got some eyeshadows to discuss. Interestingly, I've actually got quite a few eyeshadows in my project pan this year, and eyeshadow is notoriously challenging to project pan, but let's talk about it. One of them I have not touched at all since 2022. The other one I've gotten some use out of. So this is the ColourPop Cuteologist, and it has partially broken, as you can see some of it. I really do like this eyeshadow, but unfortunately it dried up. It's still usable, although the color, it's kind of changed, like it's much lighter, it's much less pigmented now that it's dried up, but I don't want to get rid of it just because the color is still so nice and I don't have anything comparable to it. But like, I will have to, for sure, by the end of the year. I will have to declutter this if I don't pan it. And this other one is the Paradox shadow. This has also dried up, although I like, oh my god, it's like completely dry. It's so sad. I need to get more use out of both of these before I declutter them. I think what I'm gonna do is take this one out of my project pan and put the purple one back in, just so that I can, you know, get use out of both of them. But yeah, I find it really challenging to pan eyeshadows. Not even to pan them, but like just even reach for them, because it's not like I have that big an eyeshadow collection, but I still like to reach for everything. And so if I have these in my project pan, that means that I'm reaching for them, what, twice a week? And I'm wearing eyeshadow maybe 3 or 4 days a week, and so that doesn't leave that much variety. Anyways, I'm rambling here, but Yeah, panning eyeshadows is hard, y'all. I don't have high hopes for those two, but they will probably have left my collection by the end of the year just from decluttering because they have dried up. So, you know, at least they're leaving my collection in one capacity. So technically fulfilling the rules of this project pan. Let's talk about the two products that I have finished this time. If you watch my other videos, my other project pans and decluttering videos, you will already know this, but I finished both a lip liner and a lip balm within the past few months. The lip balm, I honestly can't even believe that that was 2023 because I feel like it's been gone from my collection for so long, but I think it was in like the early days of January. This is the Papaya lip balm. I will pop a picture of it up on the screen right here. I got used to using this lip balm. Like this was what I used in the bathroom in the mornings when I was doing my skincare and whatever. So now I've started doing that with a different lip balm just to like have something because it's nice while you're getting ready to have a designated lip balm that you apply. But the product itself, I didn't like. I just liked how I had incorporated it into my routine. The other product that I finished was a lip liner. This one I really, really did like. This was in my lipstick project pan as well, and that is how I used it up. I will also pop a picture of it here. Just a great lip liner, great neutral color for me. I realized yesterday, I don't know why it took me so long, but I realized yesterday that I no longer like the look of dark lips. It's crazy. Because I used to love dark lip products. I have so many of them because of that phase in my life, and now I just want to wear neutral all the time. Maybe the occasional red, but pretty much always neutral, light pink, nude shades. Where was I going with that? Anyways, so yeah, I had no problem using up that lip balm. Let's talk about the other eyeshadow that's in my project pan. Yes, I have three. This is the e.l.f. eyeshadow in Golden. Hello, it is a little bit later in the day. I didn't get my video completely filmed in the morning, so I had to run out and I went to an art show and then I got a drink with my friend. Anyways, let's get back into it. Hopefully I don't look too different. It is like 6 hours later. Anyways, the other eyeshadow that I have in my project pan, or this year-long panning series, is the e.l.f. eyeshadow in Golden. Again, panning eyeshadows is hard, folks. So I have used this somewhat, but it's a lot of product. Like I'll probably show you a close-up individual, like a different video, just so you can tell. I had one of these that I completely panned, but it was like a white cream shade. So what I ended up doing was just putting it all over like my brow bone, my inner corner. Every day that I wore makeup, basically, it was a lot more versatile and easy to wear because it would go with any makeup look. But this is a shimmery golden kind of bronze kind of taupe color, so it doesn't go with everything. For example, today I am wearing makeup obviously, but I just wanted like a light brown eyeliner and a tiny bit of color in my crease. I didn't want like a shimmery shade on the lid. So I don't get that much use out of this just because it's not easy to use up. So I will continue using this and I like it. Like when I use it, I'm like, oh, I like this effect, but I still need to be like in the mood for it. I still need to want a light shimmer shade on the lid, which I don't every day. So, you know, you can't really measure progress in something like this, but just know I got use out of it, but not as much as I would have hoped. Hopefully I can improve upon that in the next little while. But, you know, I don't really blame myself because like panning eyeshadow, it's hard. I want to reach for other products in my collection. Okay, some of these next ones are unfortunately not going to be very satisfying to show you, either because you can't tell a difference visually or because I haven't used them very much, but I'll fess up. These are the e.l.f. Shine Eraser Oil Blotting Sheets. So I just don't reach for these that often. Generally, how I use them is if I do my makeup in the morning for some reason, I don't know, I'm filming or I have plans or meetings or whatever, and then later on in the evening I also have plans, so I need to sort of freshen up my makeup, so I will reach for these to blot the oil. I have very oily skin, but you can't really tell like how many are left. I am not obviously going to count each of these individually with every update, so I have been using them and there are fewer than they were last time, but I don't know the exact number, so I'm confident that these will be done by the end of the year, but I can't show you the physical progress. You just have to take my word for it. This next one is a little bit of a different situation. I don't think I have reached for this one single time No, maybe I've reached for it a couple of times, but like very, very minimally. Another Merit product. This is the Merit Highlighting Balm in Kava. So just a beautiful, really, really understated highlight. So this is nice if I'm going for a really, really minimal makeup look. I just swipe this all over, you know, the cheekbone and a little bit on my lid. Really nice, very creamy, kind of oily too, which that part I don't like, but I do like this overall. But because I have been working on finishing up my NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator for the past like year-ish now, I'm really focusing on this one and trying to get it out. I thought that this was in my project pan. It is not, but I will just say that I have been using this a little bit on my chest, like my clavicle, my collarbones as well. So hopefully that'll help get it used up over the next couple months as it is spring and summer. I suppose I could also do that with this. So that's an idea. But yeah, I've barely used this at all. There's definitely not going to be any visual progress. So I won't even bother showing you what it looks like inside. Hello? Okay. All right, and the very last, well, these are two products, but they're sort of lumped together. These are two perfume samples from, well, this one is Marc Jacobs and this one is Shiseido. So I think I can probably compare these to what they looked like in the last update. That is where we're at. I was better at using these towards the beginning of the year. I don't know, I kind of forget to use them, partially because I had them like further down in this thing, so I would just forget about them, whereas if they're up here, it's easier to like come over here and be like, oh, I haven't applied perfume yet today, you know, versus if they're like around the back and at the bottom. But I definitely have made progress with both of these. You can see they're both over half empty, so I don't think it should be an issue finishing these by the end of the year. I'm just not sure that I'll have them finished for next time. I like the Marc Jacobs one a lot better, but I try to, I guess, save it more. This one I'll use on like a day-to-day basis when I'm just at home all day. This one you know, it's a little bit nicer, so I save it for more exciting occasions. But yeah, I don't love either of them. I'm just kind of trying to get them out of my collection. So that is it. Those are all of the products in this panning series, all of the products that I'm hopefully going to get out of my collection over the course of 2022. So for next time, let's think about what I think I can finish for next time. Keep in mind that the last couple months I finished off 2 products. So if I can finish off 2 again for next time, I think that should be my goal. What's realistically going to be done the soonest are these 2 lip products. I mean, I'll have to dig into them, so that will take a lot longer when I'm applying it with my finger versus in a stick, because it's just harder. But hopefully these will be done by next time. Also, the mascara that I use as a brow gel, definitely. That'll probably be done within the next week. So I'm gonna say that that will be done for sure. And honestly, that might be it. Maybe, I mean, I could be done some more of the mascaras, but that's really hard to know. Most of these are just like full year products, and I've accepted that. I'm fine with it. That's why they're in this year-long panning series. But stay tuned for my other panning series, the lipstick project pan and my, you know, 2023 project pan. If you love panning videos, those are for you. And now let's talk about a book that I have been reading lately. Okay, so this is a novel from one of my favorite authors of the past couple years. It is called The Story of Us by Catherine Hernandez. I did read this in physical book form, but had to go back to the library already, but I wanted to make sure to discuss it because I feel like outside of Toronto and probably Canada, I don't think Catherine Hernandez gets enough love, or she's just not well enough known. Like, this book only has 35 reviews so far on Goodreads, which is just absolutely devastating. The book that I read first by her, which made me fall in love with her writing, is called Scarborough, which I have talked about on my channel before, and that one has over 1,000 reviews, so just a comparison there. The Story of Us is very new, so that's part of it. So the author is part Filipino, and I think she really brings that in this book because it is about a woman in the Philippines. We get to know her family, and she wants to earn more money for her family because even though all of the adults in her family are working, they're just not being paid well enough to get by, basically. And so there's a program where if you go to Canada and you work under this like live-in care program, if you work for 2 years, then you can become a citizen, and then you can sponsor your family members to come over. She's really great at like exploring human dynamics and human relationships and families, and she just writes in such an understanding, empathetic place. Like the way she writes her characters is just so caring and beautiful, and you just get so invested in their lives. So she's working for an elder, a trans elder, who turns out to have been an incredible filmmaker when she was younger, but she is slowly, you know, losing her memory. And so getting to know her and getting to understand like the queer community better. Her name is MG. In her community, the people she knows, they are not accepting of queer people. And so getting to know this trans woman and all of the people who surround her and her community is just really, really beautiful. It's a really lovely story. It's very heartwarming, and it's just so human. So highly recommend The Story of Us and just all of Catherine Hernandez's writing. You really feel cared for as a reader. And I haven't read any other authors that I can say that about. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned this, but I went to the book launch at TIFF Bell Lightbox, my second home, if you don't know. And this event was with Clement Virgo, who is the director of one of my favorite films of this year, Brother, which is also Canadian. And oh my god, it's just so cool seeing two like Toronto creatives who are just like writing about their communities. Anyways, it was very cool to go to the book launch. That's all I wanted to say. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you are doing some kind of panning series this year, and enjoy the spring. Oh my goodness, it was so nice out today. So I hope it still is whenever this video goes live, because we are having a lovely week in April. It is warmer than it usually is at this time of year. Talk to you next time.